elegant souls and seekers of lasting beauty. I am Naomi, and from this space where the harmony of simplicity and intention in every detail create an atmosphere of serene sophistication, I warmly welcome you to Encanto Minimalista. Today I invite you to lift the veil on an ancient art that combines grace, discipline, and a deep understanding of essential beauty. Together, we will explore the secrets of a modern geisha's wardrobe. I'm not referring, of course, to a literal imitation of their traditional attire, but rather to the underlying philosophy that we can adapt to cultivate a personal style with fewer garments, but maximum elegance, and discover the transformative power of accessories with history and meaning. I remember an afternoon in Kyoto, many years ago, when I had the immense privilege of witnessing a maiko, an apprentice geisha, preparing for an evening out. Her room was exquisitely simple, almost austere. There were no wardrobes overflowing with clothes, no drawers filled with random accessories. Each kimono, each obi, sash, each kanzashi, hair ornament, was a work of art in itself, carefully stored and treated with almost reverential respect. I watched with fascination as, with a few masterfully selected items, she created an image of breathtaking elegance and sophistication. It wasn't the quantity of garments that defined her style, but the quality, the intention, and the deep connection to each piece. That image remained etched in my mind as a powerful reminder that true elegance does not lie in abundance, but in essence. In our Western culture, we often fall into the trap of more is more when it comes to fashion. We fill our closets with trendy items that we wear a few times and then forget about, buy accessories on impulse that don't match anything, and feel constantly pressured to update our wardrobe to stay on trend. The result is often a chaotic closet, a feeling of I have nothing to wear despite abundance, and an unnecessary waste of money and resources. Japanese minimalism, with its emphasis on quality over quantity, timelessness, and an appreciation for enduring beauty, offers us a much more serene, sustainable, and paradoxically, elegant alternative. Today, I want to share with you some reflections and secrets inspired by this philosophy to help you create a wardrobe that reflects your true essence, a space of calm and creativity where every garment and accessory tells a story and makes you feel wonderfully yourself. One of the first and most liberating lessons we can learn from this approach is the creation of a carefully selected capsule wardrobe composed of a few high-quality, versatile, and timeless pieces that we truly love and feel good in. Instead of having a closet overflowing with options that confuse and overwhelm us, the idea is to build a solid foundation of essential garments that can be mixed and matched in multiple ways, creating a variety of outfits for different occasions. Not only does this greatly simplify the process of getting dressed each morning, but it also ensures that every time we choose something from our closet, we feel comfortable, confident, and authentic. The key here is quality, an impeccable cut, a good white shirt, well-cut black pants, a simple but elegant dress, a versatile jacket. These are pieces that, if they are of good quality, can last for years and serve as a canvas to express our personal style. I think of Isabella, a young lawyer in Mexico City whose wardrobe was a reflection of the stress and rush of her professional life. She shopped compulsively, often on sale or following fleeting trends, but rarely felt truly satisfied with her image. "My closet is full, Naomi, but I feel like I never have anything appropriate to wear," she confessed to me in frustration. I suggested she embark on the process of creating her own capsule wardrobe. Together we went through every item, applying the criteria of whether she truly loved it, whether it fit well, whether it aligned with her lifestyle, and whether it was of good quality. It was a significant process of letting go, but also one of self-discovery. She ended up with about 30 essential pieces, including some key accessories. "At first I was afraid I would get bored with so few clothes," she told me, "but it's been the opposite. Getting dressed in the morning is so much easier and more enjoyable. I feel like every piece I own represents me and makes me feel good. And I've discovered a creativity in mixing and matching that I didn't know I had." A capsule wardrobe isn't restrictive. It's liberating. It gives you clarity, saves you time and money, and allows you to focus on expressing your essence rather than chasing fleeting trends. This careful selection of garments naturally leads us to appreciate the craftsmanship, fine materials, and history behind each piece, cultivating a deeper and more meaningful relationship with our clothes. In Japanese tradition, a hand-painted silk kimono or an obi woven with gold thread are not simply items of clothing. They are works of art, carriers of history, tradition, and the soul of the artisan who created them. They are carefully cared for, lovingly repaired, and passed down from generation to generation. While we may not wear kimonos every day in our modern lives, we can adopt that same attitude of appreciation for the quality and history of the garments we choose. Opting for natural fibers such as organic cotton, linen, silk, or good quality wool, choosing garments made by local artisans or brands that promote sustainability and fair trade, or even giving a second life to vintage garments with character are ways to connect with this spirit. I met Julieta, an interior designer in Buenos Aires, who had a weakness for fast fashion, constantly buying cheap clothes that wore out or went out of style quickly. She felt trapped in a cycle of dissatisfaction and waste. I told her about the Japanese philosophy of valuing quality and durability. I encouraged her to invest in 1 or 2 high-quality t-shirts made from good cotton, and with a cut that really flattered her, rather than buying 5 cheap ones. I suggested she visit secondhand stores or independent designer fairs in search of unique pieces with a story behind them. Little by little, Julieta began to transform her wardrobe and her mindset. Now, before I buy something, I ask myself, what is it made of? Who made it? Will it last me a long time? She told me. I prefer to have fewer clothes, but each one is special and tells a story. My wardrobe has become smaller, but much richer in meaning and quality. And, interestingly, I feel like I have a much more defined and personal style. When we invest in quality and soulful garments, we are not only building a more sustainable wardrobe, but also a more conscious and respectful relationship with the world around us. And this is where the transformative power of accessories with history and meaning comes into play. Those key pieces that can elevate a simple outfit to the extraordinary and express our individuality in a unique way. Just as a geisha uses an elaborate obi or a delicate kanzashi to complete and add character to her kimono, we can use accessories to infuse personality, color, and a touch of distinction into our minimalist wardrobe. A silk scarf inherited from our grandmother, a handmade necklace bought on a special trip, a pair of uniquely designed earrings, a good quality leather belt. These pieces, chosen with intention and loaded with personal meaning, can completely transform a basic outfit and tell a story about who we are, where we come from, and what we value. I think of Sofia, a literature teacher in Madrid, who had adopted a capsule wardrobe consisting mainly of neutral-colored, classic-cut garments. She loved the simplicity and functionality of her new style, but sometimes felt it lacked a touch of spark, something that expressed her creative personality and love of art. I suggested she explore the world of accessories with a Wabi-Sabi eye, looking for unique pieces that might be imperfect, but had character and soul. She started visiting antique markets, small artisan shops, and design fairs. She found a silver dragonfly brooch that reminded her of her childhood, ceramic earrings made by a local artist, and a hand-painted silk scarf with nature-inspired motifs. "These little treasures have brought my wardrobe to life, Naomi," she told me enthusiastically. "With the same black dress, I can create completely different looks depending on the accessory I choose, and each piece has a story, a meaning for me. I feel like my style is now much more authentic and expressive. You don't need a lot of accessories. A few well-chosen pieces that you really love and that represent you can work wonders. Look for pieces that speak to you, that connect you to your memories, your passions, or your values." Another crucial aspect of cultivating an elegant, minimalist style inspired by the grace of a modern geisha is the art of caring for and maintaining our clothes and accessories, treating them with the respect and attention they deserve. In Japan, caring for clothes is almost a ritual. Garments are washed delicately, air-dried, folded or hung with care, and repaired at the slightest sign of wear. This attitude of care not only prolongs the life of our garments, saving us money and reducing waste, but also reflects a deep respect for the work and resources that went into their creation. A well-cared-for garment, no matter how simple, will always look more elegant and make us feel better than a neglected, wrinkled, or stained garment. Monica, a young entrepreneur from Lima, Peru, admitted that she often treated her clothes carelessly. She would pile them in her closet, wash them without paying attention to the labels, and rarely bother to repair a loose button or a small tear. As a result, her clothes deteriorated quickly, and she always felt like she needed to buy more. I told her about the importance of Teinei Nakurashi, the Japanese concept of living a careful, mindful, and deliberate life, and how this also applied to caring for our belongings. I suggested she establish small rituals for caring for her clothes, taking a moment on the weekend to iron what needed to be ironed, checking her clothes for small repairs, and putting them away neatly. At first it seemed like just another chore, she confessed. But now I see it as an act of appreciation for my things and for myself. My clothes last longer, look better, and I feel a special satisfaction in taking care of them. I've even learned to sew on buttons and do small repairs. I feel so proud. Taking care of our clothes is not a waste of time. It is an investment in our style, our finances, and our well-being. Finally, to truly embody the serene elegance of a modern geisha, it is essential to cultivate a presence and body posture that reflect our inner confidence and self-respect, regardless of what we are wearing. Elegance, as we all know, goes far beyond clothing. It is an attitude, a way of moving through the world, a quality that emanates from within. In the training of a geisha, exquisite attention is paid to posture, the way one walks, and the grace of one's gestures. It is not about rigidity or artificiality, but rather a body awareness that conveys balance, serenity, and a natural dignity. A straight back, relaxed shoulders, a serene gaze, a kind smile. These are the most powerful accessories we can wear, and they cost nothing. I met Laura, a talented musician from Santiago, Chile, who, despite having impeccable style and a carefully selected wardrobe, often felt insecure and slumped slightly, as if she wanted to go unnoticed. I suggested that, in addition to paying attention to her clothes, she start paying attention to her body, her posture, the way she moved. To practice walking with her head held high, sitting with her back straight, breathing deeply. To look in the mirror not to criticize herself, but to connect with her own presence. It's been an amazing discovery, Naomi, she told me. By improving my posture, not only do I feel physically better, but my confidence has also increased. I feel like my clothes look different, that I project a different energy. It's as if elegance comes from within. True elegance is a reflection of our inner harmony. Take a few moments each day to connect with your body, straighten your posture, and move with grace and awareness. You will see how this simple practice transforms not only your appearance, but also how you feel and relate to the world. My dear friends, the secret wardrobe of a modern geisha, the one that lives in each of us when we choose the elegance of simplicity and authenticity, is not defined by the quantity of garments, but by the quality of our choices, by the intention behind each piece, and by the history and meaning we give it. It's about creating a style that is a true reflection of our essence, that makes us feel comfortable, confident, and beautifully ourselves, without having to follow external dictates or fall into the endless cycle of consumerism. By building a capsule wardrobe with versatile and timeless pieces, by valuing craftsmanship and fine materials, by using accessories as brushstrokes of our personality, by taking care of our belongings, and by cultivating an elegant presence that emanates from within, we are not only simplifying our closet, but also enriching our lives. We discover that fewer clothes can mean more style, more freedom, more creativity, and above all, more connection to our own authentic and enduring beauty. As a beautiful Japanese proverb that my grandmother Akiko used to embroider on small silk handkerchiefs says, "Hana ni arashi no tatoi mo aruzo, sayasayato, kaze ni yoraruru, hana no eda." Although it speaks of flowers and wind, it reminds us of the beauty of natural grace and elegance that remains steadfast yet flexible in the face of adversity, like a flower branch swaying gently in the breeze. May our personal style, like that flower, express our unique beauty with grace, simplicity, and a serene confidence. I sincerely hope that these reflections on the minimalist and elegant wardrobe, inspired by timeless wisdom, have offered you inspiration and practical tools to cultivate a style that is truly your own. If these ideas have sparked creativity and authenticity in you, I invite you with great joy to join our community here at Encanto Minimalista. Subscribe to the channel to continue exploring these paths to a simpler, more beautiful, and meaningful life together. And if this message has given you a new perspective on fashion, elegance, or the power of simplicity, please give us a like. Your support helps us immensely to spread these seeds of conscious style to more souls who may be searching for a more authentic and serene way to express their beauty. Now, as always, I would love to read your thoughts, ideas, and discoveries. Comment below which principle for creating a minimalist and elegant wardrobe resonates most with you right now, or what small step you are willing to take to simplify your closet and enhance your personal style with meaning. Write, "My authentic elegance," if you feel inspired to embrace this path of fewer clothes and maximum personal expression. Thank you so much for your presence, your attention, and your search for beauty that goes beyond the superficial. May you find deep joy and serene confidence in the art of dressing your soul with the elegance of simplicity. Matane.